You're listening to the Throttle to the Floor podcast. Hey y'all, welcome to today's episode of the Throttle to the Floor podcast. I'm your host, Earnest, here today with my co-host, Evan Sager.
Hello, y'all.
I do apologize for no preview episode last week as I had a cold then. I guess you could kind of say I still have it a little now, but it's whatever. And then I drove down to Nashville this past weekend, but it doesn't matter. We're back now, so let's get into it with some other news first. Some big news out of NHRA that came out in this past week. They've announced that the Pro Stock class will return to using hood scoops and will switch using two top-mounted 4-barrel style throttle bodies starting with the 2027 season. These changes have been implemented in an attempt to increase parity in the class and also to lower long-term total costs for the teams. The hood scoops for Pro Stock were last ran in 2016, so a decade ago, before switching to the current electronic fuel injection, also known as EFI, and flat hoods that we have now. EFI will stick around into next year, but the hood scoops, which have been popular among teams that have been recently, I guess, polled, if you will, they will return. And in other news, in NASCAR news anyways, NASCAR has confirmed that preseason Thunder testing will return to Daytona next year in January of 2027.
Can we get a round of applause? Finally. It's been so long. We've been waiting for this.
Yes. We used to
Speed Week is officially back.
Yes.
I wish it was Speed Weeks, but, you know,
yeah.
we take what we can get with NASCAR.
We can take what we can get. We used to pray for times like these.
Yes, literally.
Real. But they're going to try and change things with the spoiler and the horsepower and whatever to hopefully improve the super speedway package and make the racing at Daytona and Talladega hopefully more like Atlanta. And also NASCAR on their Hauler Talk podcast, they confirmed that the stage lengths at Talladega they will end up changing to try and mitigate the fuel saving effect that we've seen in past years. But if you really want to mitigate fuel saving, just keep the stages but get rid of the stage cautions.
Yes.
I mean, that if you really want to actually mitigate the fuel saving, that's the solution there.
And honestly, I don't know if I said this in the episode recently, but I've been advocating for no stage cautions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Don't get me wrong, on some tracks, like Phoenix, for example, or Las Vegas, for a couple of examples, they help out with the restart and make the productive racing better. But overall, I think if we took out the stage cautions, I think it'll make the focus on the drivers more and the equipment.
At least take out stage cautions for super speedways and road courses, but that's just me. I mean, I guess we did road courses for a bit, but I don't know.
I mean, it does help road courses specifically because they get so stretched out.
That's true.
Road courses is like the one exception I will be okay with stage cautions. Because I'm not a big road racer myself. I like the ovals. Road racing's never been my thing. There's a couple tracks like Road America I like. The street course I actually did like, surprisingly.
Yeah. I mean,
Coda, I like it. Sonoma, it's okay.
I mean,
Watkins
we'll
Glen.
We'll have to see how San Diego does. Road America needs to come back and schedule, please.
Yes.
Just bring it back.
Watkins Glen, it's okay. I just don't like the reconfiguration deal with the bus stop. That's my take.
Well, it's not like they wanted to make that change.
I know. I also like the Indy road course. I did, and the Roval. Honestly, like the Roval, like the concept of the Roval, I like. As much as people didn't like it, I kind of did. I like the aspect of having a road race and a Charlotte race kind of all in one.
I mean, I don't know.
It's obviously not as fast as like a regular
I mean, I like how they come. I like how they're back at the Charlotte Oval for the fall race for now because the intermediate package is the best package.
Yes.
And until we fix the road racing package, there should be less road course races. I mean, I say that, and here I am saying bring back Road America, but let's be honest, San Diego is going to be like a 1-year thing. And
yeah.
I mean, is there really any other cities that are in contention for another street course race, like actively?
Honestly, I kind of want St. Louis. I feel like St. Louis would be a good one.
Except there's already Gateway right across the river.
I mean, yeah,
They're not going to do that.
But you can have the arch in the background.
You got the arch in the background from Gateway on the property. If you know if you actually have been there, you would understand.
Well, I mean, I've driven by the track. I've never been personally in the track, but
Yeah,
on a technicality.
sure. But anyways, back to other news. If there wasn't enough action in Nashville this past weekend with the Cars Tour at the fairgrounds, which we're about to talk about, there was also Supercross in town this weekend inside a Nissan Stadium. There was quite a big crowd, which was not what I was expecting. I watched a little bit at the hotel on television. It was pretty nice there. So yeah, nice big crowd. If only NASCAR could do that.
Literally.
For sure. But
Because this attendance at Bristol, god awful. Jesus.
can we just get rid of Spring Bristol, please?
Honestly, I'm a fan of that now. I wasn't for a while. I like the dirt idea. They did.
It was an okay concept, but if you're gonna run a dirt race, run it at a dirt track.
Eldora. Bring back Eldora.
Yes. Like if you're gonna run a dirt race, run it at a dirt track. Don't put dirt on a track.
Yeah. I like the concept of it. Or bring it to Knoxville.
Well, they had the trucks there for a couple of years, but
I know.
it was
That turned into a disaster.
It was bad.
I remember that race pretty well. Like 6 overtimes. I remember that race.
Something, yeah. But speaking of the Cars Tour race, this was the first time that the Cars Tour had brought its full show to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway with the pro late models and the late model stock cars. I just so happened to luckily be there, and even with the mufflers on the cars, they still made a good bit of noise actually, which I was surprised with. 2024 track champion Dawson Sutton got around Evan McKnight and went on to win the pro late model feature, and Caden Quapple secured the late model stock car feature victory for Junior Motorsports after a late race caution for Landon Huffman's spin, sadly, in that great Texas Roadhouse paint scheme. But that allowed Quapple to get by Parker Eatman on the following restart. Dale Jr., meanwhile, in Bass Pro Shops number 8 late model stock car, did absolutely nothing in the first half of this race.
He was just there to be there.
Yeah, he was there to be there, and then he realized that his car was actually good. Started all the way back in 21st, but even though he was only 20th at the halftime break, he managed to finish 12th. So, good job, Dale Jr. And good job, Caden Quapple, for winning the race.
Golf clap.
For sure. But it was all such clean racing. I mean, between the two features, you had 225 total laps. Not one time did they need a tow truck. I mean, I don't know how that was possible. I mean, that's very impressive. But some great racing I got to witness as part of the near sellout crowd. Hopefully they can keep the fairgrounds open despite all of the opposition.
The ops.
Locals.
The ops.
Yeah. Getting back to NHRA now, Top Fuel and Pro Stock drivers, I mean, for one, they were obviously hungry to score a Winternationals victory and secure one of those 75th anniversary Diamond Volleys. But Funny Car had its own extra motivation. I mean, the Winternationals was the 1,000th Funny Car race, all time, dating back to the NHRA finals in Tulsa, Oklahoma back in 1966. And, of course, that 1,000th Funny Car race also came with its own special trophy in addition to the Diamond Volley. So a lot of hardware on the line. But the big story in Pomona, California, for anybody that knows, is rain. For no surprise. I mean, I guess it wasn't as bad as last fall with the NHRA finals just completely getting rained out. But Sunday eliminations, they got moved up an hour. But there was just so many rounds of just sprinkles and rain. It took pretty much all the way up right against the 8 p.m. curfew to get everything in. But it was an all KB Titan final in Pro Stock as Greg Anderson defeated teammate and reigning world champion Dallas Glenn with a 6.505 at 209.88 miles per hour to score his first win of the season, his record time 17th victory at Pomona. That's a lot. And his 113th career win in Pro Stock. The 17 track victories ties Anderson with John Force for the most in NHRA history. And with 8 wins of the Winternationals, that mark ties Bob Glidden for the most in Pro Stock history. So, another great win there. But in Top Fuel, it was Tony Stewart back on top as he beat Justin Ashley in the final round with a 3.683 at 332.51 miles an hour to get his first win of the season, first at Pomona, just his third career top fuel win after his runner-up finish at the Winternationals last year. It's also Elite Motorsports' first win as a top fuel operation, too. And then, of course, in the final of the 1,000th Funny Car race, it would be Tony Stewart Racing's Matt Hagan taking the victory. So Tony Stewart, he won as a driver, and he won as an owner this past week.
Tony Stewart must be pretty proud of himself this weekend, I must say.
Yes, for sure. But Hagan beat Phoenix winner Ron Capps with a 3.876 at 330.39 miles per hour for his first win of the year, 8th win at Pomona, and the 56th win of his career. He also won the Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge on Saturday. So, I mean, it's pretty much nothing short of perfect just about for all of Tony Stewart Racing, and even Tony Stewart, even though he doesn't drive for Tony Stewart Racing, but he owns it, so close enough.
Tomato.
Yeah. But NHRA returns not that long, actually, only like 10 days. At least we don't got to wait like a month.
Yeah.
Returns April 24th to the 26th, with the only 4-wide event of the season. We went from 3 4-wides to just 1 now, sadly, but it's the NHRA 4-wide nationals at Z-Max Dragway in Charlotte, North Carolina. Too bad I can't be there. But, I mean, I'm saying the same thing about Talladega, so for sure. That sucks. But Bristol. Attendance. Why?
That's what Bristol was this weekend.
Yes.
Snooze fest.
Yes. Just snooze fest all around. In the truck series, man. Caden Honeycutt. He won me the pole. And it took off for like a whole 2 laps until Christian Eckes got around him, won stage 1, led for a good chunk of this race. Frankie Muniz in the Malcolm in the Middle scheme. Nice scheme. Too bad he got stuck in the middle of a big wreck.
Literally. He was part of the big one, unfortunately. The scheme was pretty good, though. I like it. I like the meme they did with it. It's kind of a good play, and I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Then Ben Rhodes was in control, won stage 2, but he had to deal with his engine continuing to keep turning on and off. It's like my cat trying to play with a light switch or something. But he eventually ended up finishing 11th. Corey Heim. It looked like he was going to win this race late and collect the $500,000 bonus for winning all 3 races of the Triple Truck Challenge. And then Christian Eckes just turns left.
Christian Eckes said no.
Yeah. And that takes out Caden Honeycutt and Lane Riggs. So, not great for either.
Yeah, that was a tragic night right there.
That was very tragic. But Kyle Busch had his own issues with his truck refiring. So, he couldn't even keep pace car speed. So, not great there. But at least he didn't finish like 30th.
True.
Unlike me. But Christopher Bell ends up winning this race somehow. He had his truck sideways towards the end of the race. It looked like he was going to wreck everybody else or something. I mean, it was like he was driving a sprint car again, but he beats Chandler Smith for the win. It's his first win in the truck series since 2017.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Almost 9 years, damn.
Yeah. Gio Ruggiero ends up in 3rd, Ross Chastain in 4th, and Christian Eckes somehow ends up finishing 5th. I'm surprised there weren't any helmets thrown at him.
Yeah.
Like, hello?
It's Bristol.
Yeah.
We need Tony Stewart energy back.
Tony Stewart's at the drag strip.
I know.
Tony Stewart's winning at the drag strip. But 7 Cup regulars in the truck race Friday night. That's the most ever. So you would think one of them would win, and that's what happened, even though that's not really what should have happened.
Yeah.
Besides the point. Point standings. Stacy still leads Bernardo by 29, Evan by 50, Noah by 97, Haley by 134, and me by 145. So we're losing ground.
Yeah, I'm still up there, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
I should have had a better finish, but,
Yeah.
Christian Eckes said, nah, I'm going to wreck the field.
I picked Caden Honeycutt. If you couldn't tell, I won the pole, and I led 2 laps, and then I got wrecked. But then again, Caden Honeycutt's truck was like a 5th to 10th place truck all night, so whatever. It wasn't a winning truck, but it was a lot better than the 31st place truck. So, Evan, you picked Lane Riggs. Finished 22nd.
Yeah.
It looks like you were going to challenge up with Chandler there, and then just...
Yeah, Chandler Smith, or not Chandler Smith. Christian Eckes decided to wreck the field.
Yeah.
I don't know what Eckes was thinking right there. I really don't.
I don't know. Haley picked Ben Rhodes. Should have ended finished better in 11th, but I mean, finishing 11th when your engine keeps turning on and off is pretty good there.
Yeah, all things considered, it's not bad.
Yeah. Stacy picking Chandler Smith. What a surprise there.
Literally.
Finishes second. Still holds the points lead. Bernardo, tough night with Grant Enfinger, finished in 27th, and Noah once again with Justin Haley finished 15th. I don't know how to feel about Ram.
I don't either.
Like, it's just
it's their first year, so I'll cut them some slack.
I mean, it's their first year. It's just kind of just like
they're there.
They're there.
They're there. They're not doing
They're
much.
there. They're collecting data. Brendan Queen got a top 10 again. He's like just about the only Ram that's performing. I mean, Justin Haley's got top 15s, but
it's still not great.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's better than them all running 30th every week. So
True.
I don't know. O'Reilly's.
Not gonna lie, I do not know much of this race because I was at work. So
Hey, I was in Nashville over here, so
yeah,
I had better things to do. But
I mean, I had to work. I had to get that McMoney.
yeah, okay. But William Sawalich wins the pole. And then it's Larson who dominated this race. He looked to win again at Bristol in the O'Reilly's car for the second year in a row. He swept the stages, led 230 of the 300 laps, like 3/4 of the race, basically. He was looking for the McMoney. Before late strategy had Connor Zilic in the lead. And, I mean, despite Larson being on 97-lap fresher tires, it clearly didn't do anything. So
yeah, that should be a wake up to NASCAR. Be like, hey, he should not win almost 100 laps old tires.
Hey, I think those tires were very hard. Probably harder than this tire right here that I have, even though it's not like... I mean, it's a Goodyear tire. It's about the only similarity. It's actually just a rear tire off a dang NHRA Top Fuel Dragster, but close enough. Yeah, but Zilic gets the O'Reilly Series victory. It's his 12th series win, first at Bristol. Larson still finishes in second. Brent Cruz with a strong third. Justin Allgaier finished fourth, and Carson Kvapil comes up in fifth, but as we know, it's not the best run that a Kvapil made Saturday night with Caden's victory in the car store race. And, I mean, the O'Reilly's race was a lot worse than the car store race. So.
Yeah, by a mile.
Yeah. But our standings... I lead Stacy by 46. I lead Haley by 117. Bernardo and Evan are tied at 121 back, and Noah is 150 back. I picked Larson. He finished second. He led a bunch of laps. He didn't win.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's not the last time you're going to hear that sentence. Well, okay, I wasn't the one who picked Larson in the Cup race, but close enough. Evan, you went and picked Taylor Gray. Finished 10th. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't have any notes on Taylor Gray this week. I just picked him and hoped he did good.
Hey, he did good. Haley picked Brandon Jones. Led a couple laps, but only finished 19th. Where was JGR besides Brent Cruz in this race? Where did they all go? Where did Sawalich go?
I don't know.
I don't even know. It's like he won the pole and then
disappeared. He said, I'm going to head out in.
Yeah. Stacy with Justin Allgaier finished fourth. Won the dash for cash. So I guess Stacy got the big money.
Yeah, she did. She got the big money this week.
I mean, she used to work at McDonald's, so it adds up. Bernardo with Sam Mayer ends up 20th. Sam Mayer is like a roller coaster over here. Meanwhile, Sheldon Creed, ever since his win at Atlanta, is just like
falling off a cliff.
Yes. Meanwhile, Sam Mayer is just like, I go up and down.
He's on the Raging Bull at Six Flags Great America.
Yeah. It's like sometimes I finish 6th, sometimes I finish 20th, sometimes my power turns off. It's like you don't know. And Noah with Jesse Love finished 12th. Yeah, that's about all she wrote there. O'Reilly's just such a snooze fest, man. Honestly, you could say that about the whole weekend.
Yes.
But I mean, Cup overtime finish, I guess.
Oh, did I show you the Chase Elliott wreck at the end?
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Fox. Let me talk about Fox real quick. Fuck Fox.
Real. Can we please just not have Fox broadcasting?
Okay, hear me out, though. I had to find this on Twitter. Apparently on the last lap, Chase Elliott got loose and got wrecked by Ty Dillon. spun across the track on the final lap. They let him race. I'll give him that, but no coverage of that wreck even happening. That's why Chase Elliott's finish so bad.
Tough.
Fox, you suck.
And then Harvick and Boyer are always talking about Mike Joy. It's like, come on now.
Get him out of the booth.
Get him out. I'd rather just have a Fox booth with just Mike Joy
and Larry McReynolds. Yes,
yeah.
that would feed families.
Just leave them all. I mean, what do we think is worse, the Fox Cup booth or the FS1 truck booth? Because they're both very bad.
I would say FS1 booth, but not by much. The only thing that's winning them is Mike Joy.
Yeah, that's the only thing the Cup booth has. Mike Joy. That's it. But Cup, I mean. We knew coming in, Goodyear had the new tire setup. We thought, oh, okay, at least we got Cup to save us. No.
No.
Cup did not do anything.
We were duped.
Them tires were very hard.
Yes.
Again, as they were all weekend in every series.
Can we just bring back the 2024 spring Bristol race? Please.
But just make those tires like
10% harder.
Gee, just barely harder. 5 to 10% harder. Just barely harder. Just put in like 5 extra PSI and we're good.
Yes.
So, but Blaney was the dominant car on the long run in practice, led this race from the pole. Larson swept the stages and dominated much of this race as well. They both combined to lead 474 of, I guess, the 505 laps, because apparently this terrible race had an overtime finish somehow, but that's still almost 94% of the race. But about the only thing that I'm sure kept the Bristol fans awake was the Kyle Busch and Riley Herbst feud that was occurring.
I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feud was something.
Classic Bristol right there. But late in the race, strategy, a.k.a. branded as we're staying out for track position because we know these tires don't matter, including Ty Gibbs. And he held it for the final 25 laps, including through another caution, which is what actually set up the overtime to win his first Cup Series race in his 131st start. Finally, took you long enough.
I'm sorry. I was not familiar with 3 game Ty Gibbs.
Real.
I will stop the hate watch.
Yeah. No more hate watch, sadly.
I will still call you Tylenol Gibbs. I don't care. I want some peanut butter crackers.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
Hey, he got his peanut butter crackers for
yes,
sure.
He got them.
He
got them from Chase Briscoe.
Them Lance peanut butter crackers.
Speaking of,
I actually had some Lance peanut butter crackers on Sunday when I was driving home from Nashville. Those were pretty good.
That scheme is pretty peak. I can't lie.
That scheme is pretty peak, and the peanut butter crackers are pretty good.
Yes.
Pretty good. And I guess it must have been good fortune, but I would have thought that Briscoe would have won with the sponsorship, but here we are, I guess.
Hey, at least someone with peanut butter crackers won the race.
Somebody wanted peanut butter crackers more, I guess. Blaney comes home in second by just 0.055 seconds. That's the closest margin of victory at Bristol since April of 1991. I mean, it was like I was seeing Ty Gibbs on the high side, like when I watched the replay of the finish, and it's like, oh my God, it's Atlanta, and 2 tires are in one, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's Bristol. But exciting finish, I guess.
Yeah,
Still
yay.
terrible race.
That's the one redeeming factor of this race was the finish.
And well, I mean the Kyle Busch Riley Herbst feud was kind of funny.
Also, SVG, we need to talk SVG.
Yeah.
SVG, what happened today?
What happened?
Oi, bro, if I don't know, mate.
I was on the hot lap.
I was kicking my rugby football around.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry for getting sidetracked.
I
had to mention that. I thought that was too funny.
It's fine. But this win with Ty Gibbs, it's the first win for the 54 car in the Cup Series since Lenny Pond at Talladega in 1978. Leave it to Ty Gibbs.
Yes.
Leave it to Ty Gibbs.
Leave it to Peanut Butter Cracker Man.
Yes, for sure. Larson ends up finishing third. How did Tyler Reddick finish fourth?
I don't know.
Race?
I had heard nothing about Reddick all race. And
why is Reddick good on short tracks? Like, I get he's probably gonna win the championship at this rate, but like, what are we doing? He's supposed to finish like 28th every single short track.
Literally.
What are we doing? Like, there was a small point in this race, late in this race, when Reddick could have won.
Yes.
Imagine Reddick getting his 5th win of the year, but it's at Bristol.
Yeah, and we're not even to May yet.
And we go to Kansas next week. Are you kidding me? He's probably going to win his 5th race next week, for all we know.
Honestly, JGR might win that weekend.
I don't know. It's going to be a Toyota. It's either going to be a Toyota or Larson's finally going to remember how to win.
Yes. That's going to be for Friday's episode. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Stay tuned for Friday's episode. But yeah, Chase Briscoe completes the top 5. He was actually sponsored by Peanut Butter Crackers, but Ty Gibbs stole them apparently. He also stole them from Larson and Blaney. Whatever. But standings wise, Stacy leads me by 13 points. I barely narrowed up that lead. You'll see why in a second. Leads Bernardo by 77, Haley by 82. Evan by, let me check here, 184. Noah by 199.
Yeah.
I don't think you really want that 1 in front of that.
Yeah, I'll be okay with 88, but 188?
Yeah.
Hamlin, I need you to feed family this week. That's all I got to say.
Well, I mean, you picked Hamlin, then he finished 9th. That's about all he did.
Yeah. I thought he was going to do better than this.
Yeah.
I really should have picked Gibbs. I really was thinking about it, too.
Yeah. See, I was thinking about Gibbs with all of his momentum that he's had recently, and it's like, I could pick Larson, but it's like, if I want to pick Gibbs, like, now's the time to pick Gibbs.
Yeah,
and I picked Gibbs.
Yes.
And he won. Maybe it's because I ate the peanut butter crackers. I don't know. But, yeah, I picked Gibbs. He wins. Haley, I give her Larson. He finishes 3rd. Leads 284 laps. I mean, it felt like it was going to be last year's Bristol race all over again, but here we are, I guess. Ty Gibbs finally wins the race. Stacy, to absolutely nobody's surprise, picks Ryan Blaney, who finishes 2nd, leads 190 laps, gets the fastest lap. Who cares?
He got that discount tire sponsorship. You gotta be fast.
Yes, discount tire. Goodyear, can we get a discount on these tires, please?
Literally.
Because they're so terrible.
Literally, they're like the damn Lionheart brand, the Chinese, the Chinese tires.
The Chinese tires, hard tires, boring tires. I don't know.
That's like my Dodge Ram tires.
Yeah.
My Goodyear on my Michelin tires.
Yeah. Bernardo with Christopher Bell. What happened to Christopher Bell? It's like he won the truck race. And then I guess he must have had the Truck Series looseness from the end of the race set up on his cup car, because then he hits the wall and does nothing.
Yeah, and then he got in the wreck with Kyle Busch.
Yeah, ends up 27th. And Noah, I told him before he made his pick, he initially picked Allgaier, and I'm like, are you sure? Because he's in a substitute role, and he's like, sure. And then Bowman was cleared, and I'm like, all right, you're picking Bowman now, and he's like, whatever. And then Bowman gets caught up in that wreck, finishes dead last. Although it wasn't Bowman's fault.
Take a guess. It was Oi, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Oi, mate.
It was SVG in the wrong country.
Literally, he reverted back to 2025 SVG right there.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Sometimes SVG is like, yes, nice.
Sometimes he's a great rugby player. Sometimes he's pretty shit.
Yes.
Sometimes very good. Sometimes very shit.
Yeah. But
best this way to describe SVG sometimes.
Yes. But we got NASCAR Cup and O'Reilly's in Kansas this weekend. Sadly, I cannot go once again like last year because my grandparents are out of town this weekend, sadly. But that's okay. Plus, we got IndyCar on the streets of Long Beach, and it's also Evan's birthday on Saturday.
It is my birthday.
We both work.
Yeah, I'm so sad, but oh well.
So boring. Hey, I'll have to send you some peanut butter crackers.
Yeah, I'll take some peanut butter crackers when I come over Friday. How about that?
Yeah.
I'll take my payment in peanut butter crackers.
Peanut butter crackers. I'm gonna show up at your work on my lunch. I'm gonna show up on my lunch break, give you some peanut butter crackers, turn around and go back to
Honestly, I would be okay with that. I would mess up some peanut butter crackers at work. Sometimes I'd be hella hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be seeing some chicken nuggets back there. I'd be so real too.
So you'd be like, "Oh, peanut butter crackers!" Accidentally knocks ice cubes in the air. In the fryer. Yeah.
This episode's gone off the rails.
Oh, it's fine. It's better than the Bristol races this weekend.
Literally, this podcast is probably better than the Bristol race. Yeah, at least we'll stay awake during this.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, it may have gone off the rails, but I mean, The tires never came off because they were so damn hard. So, yeah, but
anywho, y'all.
Yeah, but we'll preview the motorsports action here on Friday. Can we please get a better race?
Yes.
For the love of God, please?
I've been tired of these damn short tracks.
Yes. But that's all we got for today's episode of the Throttle Floor Podcast. Make sure you tune in and listen and watch and download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Check out the Chill Photography and Throttle Floor Podcast Instagrams and TikToks. And that's all we got for today's episode. And we'll see you on Friday.
Have a good night, y'all.